I want to talk about the PPE Culture Wars. Imagine a workplace riven by two conflicting cultures when it comes to safety and health. One group of employees resists and protests wearing personal protective equipment, PPE. The second group is compliant and consistently wears PPE. PPE enforcement in this workplace is sporadic, you could say, inconsistent. Sometimes workers are confronted about not wearing PPE, other times nothing is said or done. And the big boss upstairs, when he appears on the shop floor, he shuns PPE. The PPE resistors argue the threat of the risk is overblown. The safety officers are overly cautious, the rules are too strict, and they want to be left alone. No top-down command and control. They'll take their chances. Now, the PPE compliant are less risk tolerant. They don't mind the rules. They wear PPE because they're concerned for their own safety, and they want their coworkers in PPE so no one gets hurt or sick. Now, the PPE compliant are frustrated, angry at the resistors. They argue the resistors create an unsafe environment and are selfish, and they wish the big boss upstairs modeled safety and wore PPE instead of seemingly siding with the resistors. The resistors, for their part, argue the PPE crowd is made up of wusses, worrywarts. They miscalculate the true degree of danger. Sometimes on the floor, members of these two cultures clash. They get into name-calling and arguments. A house divided against itself cannot stand. What's a safety professional to do? She or he can bring about no consensus, no meeting of the minds. The workplace is polarized. There's no sense of community here, no shared values. And existing regulatory guidance is largely voluntary. Now, you have to imagine this work world has no OSHA mandates and laissez-faire supervision. Who would ever believe PPE could be this controversial? Well, all I need to do is walk the streets of Philadelphia these days in COVID-19 to be reminded that there's two sides to the PPE issue.